53 KZ2 karts lined up for qualifying on Friday afternoon. And we're about to get underway with the final 34 here at Castelletto di Branduzzo. It is an all-French soddy kart, front row of the grid. They have been awesome thus far in 2017. They won both pre-finals with their team drivers, kart number 44, Anthony Abbas, the Frenchman, to line up on pole. He won pre-final A. And Bas Lemmers, the former World Cup champion, the Dutchman in 45, won pre-final B. The soddy kart team that are desperate to win in 2017. Anthony Abbas, remember, he's the vice world champion, coming second to Paolo De Conto in Kristianstad 6 months ago. De Conto himself, the reigning world champion, starts out of grid number 8. Soddy kart, though, absolutely determined to win in 2017. Remember, they have not won the World Championships since David Tedian at Laval way back in 1993. I've said that a few times. Soddy kart have come close. Arno Kozlinski at Le Mans in 2015. Abbas, as we mentioned, 6 months ago. What a start to 2017. They have been the talking point this year. Alex Irlando, also for CPB Sport, in another TM-powered soddy. He'll start out at grid number 6. There is the pole sitter to the left of your screen, kart 44, Anthony Abbas. To the right of your screen, Bas Lemmers. The French manufacturer means business in 2017. The kart working superbly. Don't rule out them taking a 1-2 here this afternoon. 32 other drivers would like to beat either Abbas or Lemmers to the checkered flag. That is the scene here at Castelletto. 34, these KZ2 karts on the start-finish straight. There's Paolo De Conto to the right of your screen, standing ready to go out of the kart. Unlike Abbas, head down over the steering wheel. Immense concentration for these 34 of the best kart racing drivers on the planet. The grid girls leave the circuit. Means we're only a moment or so away from the start of the final here this afternoon. The heats held in changeable conditions yesterday. This will be something else. There is not a whole lot of Bridgestone rubber on the circuit, courtesy of the rain showers that we had. Your track is not very rubbered in. It's about a second off, if not 1.2, 1.3 seconds off its optimum. These karts will lay down Bridgestone rubber. The track will get quicker as the race goes on. The 1 minute board goes up here at Castelletto di Branduzzo, the second round of the KZ2 SUPERMASTER series. '53 entries, as we mentioned. It is so competitive. Quite a few drivers did miss the cut, including Diego Bertonelli, who spent last year racing the Italian F4 Championship. He's back in 2017 for Renda Motorsport. The 60 Tony kart didn't make it through. Diego's a superstar driver, but that's how competitive this field is. We are underway. This is the first of the 2 formation laps. Abbas and Lemmers on the front row of the grid. Ardigo and Iglesias, there's the Frenchman in the Formula K kart on the second row. And it's Patrick Hayek. Alex Irlando makes it 3 soddy karts in the top 6. The 4th row of the grid features 2 world champions. Almost. The younger brother of which, I should say. Stan the Man Pex, winner of the WSK Champions Cup in January, and the reigning world champion Paolo De Conto. Marijn Kremers, the Dutchman, alongside Luca Corberi. Andrea Dale, that's Jorrit Pex, Stan's older brother. He's the 2015 world champion. Douglas Lundberg, another CPB soddy kart. Flavio Camponeschi, 2012 world champion. Martin van Leven, Ben Van Hanley, the Krog promotion kart, who came storming through from the back of the grid in the pre-final. Then it's Dresden, Puhaka, Norris, Vigano, Felicitiene and Tom Luay, Emil Scaris, Jorge Pescador out of 24, who started on pole position at this very race 2 years ago. Ippolito Bentonquist, Lorenzo Complesi, Alessandro Pellizzari, the CKR car that took a heat win yesterday. The German Maximilian Paul starts alongside Piers Laghi from Sydney, Australia. Remember, Piers is the 2015 Rotax Max champion. Certainly a step up for him this weekend, although he is racing KZ2 back in his national series. David Foray, way back on the 16th row of the grid, the four-time world champion, alongside Adrien Renaudin. The Frenchman is aboard a, guess what? Yes, it's a Sodi kart. The final row of the grid, Alessandro Giardelli, and another German driver, Leon Kohler. There is the assistant race director, Mr. Marco Carlino, with the red flag. Abbas moves to the left side of your screen. Lemmers to his left, your right. There's Ardigol, number 51, the second row of the grid. The reigning European champion, three-time world champion, makes an adjustment to the radiator, just lowers the blind to let optimum airflow in. Martijn van Leeuwen pulls into position. There's Ben Hanley in the Croc promotion cart, the yellow helmet, the right of your screen. Felicitiene, Birol Art for 2017. A lot of work to do for the World Cup champion. Kart number 4 on the 11th row of the grid. There's Renaudin pulling into position. We're ready to go. The second round of the Supermaster Series, an all Sodi kart front row of the grid. Lemmers rockets off to the line, cuts off Ardigo. Iglesias tries the outside, but it's Anthony Abbas who leads away from pole position. Ardigo back to 4th spot. A good start by Patrick Hayek in the Cosmic Kart. The driver from the Czech Republic up into position number 5. Then it's the CRGs. Stan Pex, Paolo De Conto leading the charge as Lemmers closes over the back of Iglesias. Abbas, kart number 44, leads the opening lap, the fastest qualifier. Sodi kart are running 1 and 2. Their biggest threat is that the driver in third. He is from France, but he's aboard a Formula K kart. They come across the line for the first time. Sodi kart run 1 and 2. Abbas, Lemmers up the inside. The teammates side by side. Oh, Iglesias almost has his nose chopped off. They trade positions. Lemmers now leads the Dutchman from the 2 French drivers, one of which is aboard a Sodi kart, the other in the Formula K. Abbas looks behind him. I'm not sure he appreciated that move from his teammate. It was fair, it was clean. Let's see if he strikes back. Iglesias, super quick, lightning quick so far in his new Formula K team for 2017. And you cannot discount Kart 51, the 3-time world champion. They're coming up to the end of the second lap. Hayek in position number 5. Then it's Stan the Manpex leading the reigning world champion, Paolo De Conto, in P6. Ardigo goes very wide coming onto the straight. Hayek is too far back to capitalise. Iglesias looking to split up the French karts right in front of him. He may be from France, but he's driving a different manufactured kart. The Formula K, it's a bottle green machine, then the classic green machine, the Tony kart, as Abbas pulls up the inside, side by side. Oh, Iglesias follows him through. Lemmers from the lead back to 4th spot. Ardigo has gone through. Patrick Hayek now over the back of Bas Lemmers, who 2 corners ago was leading. Jeremy Iglesias now, he has got through to the lead. This is unbelievable stuff here at Castelletto. Ardigo up into position 3. The Sodi karts, after dominating all weekend, they started on the front row of the grid. They're now in 2nd and 4th. Ardigo up the inside. Oh, how good was that? How good was that? But Anthony Abbas was having none of it. The Tony kart climbed up over the back of the Sodi kart. Ardigo is back in 6th, maybe 7th spot. Unbelievable. The Sodi karts in formation, but they're not at the lead of the race. They're in 2nd and 3rd. Jeremy Iglesias has put 4/10 of a second over his countryman. There's Moraine Kramer's going through. He's ahead of Alex Irlando in another Sodi kart. Paolo De Conto, there he is in kart 1. He's capitalised on it. He's now up into position number 4. How good is this? There's Kramer's going through. Alex Irlando, Luca Corberti, Flavio Camponeschi. No surprise to see the sportsmanship flag, the warning flag being displayed on the start-finish straight. You know why that was a lap or two ago. De Conto in the CRG, and while all that was happening, Jorge Pescador, the Spaniard in the Praga kart, he's down in 17th, but he's just set the fastest lap of the race. Iglesias has got 0.6 of a second over the pole sitter. Abbas, Lemmers back into 3rd spot. De Conto, Patrick Hayek in the Cosmic kart. Then it's Stan the Man Pex, winner of the WSK Champions Cup back in January at Adria, running inside the top 6. His elder brother, 2015 world champion, is the only retirement from the race so far as Lemmers goes down the inside of his teammate. Meanwhile, Artigo sneaks through on Alex Irlando, the 2 Italians. Artigo back up into position number 8. Irlando back to 9th. And Luca Corberti, who won 2 heats in the rain yesterday, rounds out the 10. Look at Lemmers, head down behind the steering wheel. The Dutchman driving the wheels off that kart. And De Conto down the inside makes contact with the Bass. De Conto is out. The reigning world champion is a retirement at the far part of the circuit. He got airborne, he touched the back of a Bass. I'd suggest that's the end of his race. He may well have damage. Certainly he's lost a ton of time, and he's back in position number 6. Let's take a look at the replay. Made the move down the inside. Abbas didn't want to let him in, gave him away, said thanks very much, in a very sarcastic tone, I'd suggest. He's out. The reigning world champion, Paolo De Conto, joins the 2015 world champion, Jordi Pex, as the only retirements of the race so far. This is sensational here at Castelletto di Branduzzo. The Sodi kart attack, well then there was 2. Jeremy Iglesias in the Formula K. He is the leader. The gap has come down a little bit to 0.5 of a second back to Bas Lemmers. Moraine Kramer's up into position number 5. The Dutchman driving superbly. He's behind his countryman, Stan Pex. Of course, Stan now up into 4th, courtesy of that retirement from Paolo De Conto. The gap down to 0.3 of a second between Bas Lemmers and Jeremy Iglesias. Up the back straight they go at more than 130 k's an hour. The front 2 starting to pull away from 3rd place, Patrick Hayek. Stan Pex being hassled by his countryman Kramer's in the Birillard. Abbas is still circulating. He's in 6th position with a suspect kart. And you've got Marco Artigo right behind him. Those 2, of course, had contact 4 laps ago themselves. And Artigo, though, nothing wrong with his kart. He's some way back, but he's just set the fastest lap of the race. The gap down to 0.2 of a second. The French driver in the Italian manufactured Formula K kart. The Dutch driver in the French manufactured Sodi kart. And the Czech driver, Patrick Hayek, he's in 3rd. And Stan Pex in 4th spot. Kramer's still holding down position 5. Lemmers certainly closing in on the back. He's waiting for his time. He's caught up to Iglesias, who took a brilliant win at the Winter Cup just 3 weeks ago. This is not even half race distance. Lemmers is looking threatening. Will he make a move? No. Iglesias is wise to it. Jeremy Iglesias, one of the most underrated drivers in the paddock. He's super quick. He's found a new team for 2017, the Formula K, and they are a missile combination. Up the straight they go. Oh, Lemmers runs off the track, collects it. No problem for the Dutchman. Hayek 0.7 of a second further back to Stan Pex. Kramer's. It's still a Bass in 6th from Artigo. Alex Irlando, Corberi and Flavio Camponeschi, the 2012 world champion, rounds out the 10. Still only DeConto and Jorit Pex, the only casualties of this race. Although DeConto did manage to restart, he is still circulating, but way down in last position in the field. This is now half race distance. It is not possible to intimidate Jeremy Iglesias. He's one of the hardest drivers in the field. Remember, these are 34 of the best kart racing drivers in the world here in Castelletto di Branduzzo. Lemmers, three-time former World Cup champion, won a string of national titles. He's on the back of the Frenchman. Will he make a move? Jeremy Iglesias just turns in that Formula kart just early enough to put enough doubt into the mind of Lemmers so that the Dutchman backs out of it. He runs wide. The Saudi kart in second looks good. Meanwhile, Patrick Hayek is catching the both of them. This is enthralling stuff. Up through the chicane. They grab another gear onto the back straight. More than 130 k's an hour. Lemmers looks behind him. He's going to have to make a move soon because Patrick Hayek is catching him. Down the inside he goes. Bas Lemmers, the Dutchman, puts the Saudi kart back out front. Can Iglesias respond? Well, we suspected that Lemmers waited for about 2 or 3 laps to make the move. Jeremy will need to get past him immediately or Lemmers will disappear into the distance. Let's look at the replay. The best passing opportunity on the track. Lemmers was committed to that 2 corners before. Did not brake, just drove up the inside. Iglesias knew it was coming. Now let's see if he can respond. The gap is 0.2 of a second. You can see it on your screen. It's only about 2 kart lengths. He'll get the brief benefit of a slipstream down through turn number 1. Patrick Hayek in 3rd spot, being caught by Stan Pex. Abbas and Ardigo, and indeed Alex Irlando have now got past Marijn Kremers. The Birrell Art driver back in 8th, now coming under pressure from Luca Corberi, who I think has just gone through, as has Camponeschi, Ben Henley, Douglas Lundberg, Andrea Dalle, Felice Tiene and Martin van Leven. The Dutchman in the 40 Energy kart rounds out the 15. The gap, 0.3 of a second. Jeremy Iglesias, remember at the Champions Cup at Adria, he had a freak mechanical failure in the pre-final. He had to start that race in last position and he came charging through the field to finish in position number 5. He won the last round of the European Championships at Genk in Belgium last year. That was not with his team, as Stan Pex goes down the inside of Patrick Hayek. The Dutchman now up on the podium. Iglesias, that we're just talking about, in second and running wide. Stan the man Pex in position number 3. Abbas is now recovered into 5th as Felice Tiene goes down the inside of his countryman Andrea Dalle. That was for position 13. Behind them, Martin van Leven, Jorge Pescador, Complese, Vigano, Simo Puhaka, and the German Maximilian Paul round out the 20. 3/4 race distance. And the gap is 0.4 of a second between Bas Lemmers and Jeremy Iglesias. Stan Pex in 3rd has put a little bit of a gap on Patrick Hayek. What a drive for the young Dutchman. Some may say in the shadow of his older brother Jorit, the 2015 world champion, having won that title at Le Mans. As Abbas recovers, Abbas picks up another position. Hayek back to 4th spot. Saudi karts from the front row of the grid, they were 1st and 2nd, then they got shuffled back to 2nd and 4th. Now they're 1st and 4th. Surely we won't see 2 Saudi karts on the podium. Abbas with a suspect kart after coming together with Ardigo, who still runs in position 6. Ardigo, the reigning European champion, third in the World Championships last year. And of course, the reigning WSK Supermaster Series champion. There's Foray going through. Having charged up from the back of the grid, he's now behind Alessandro Pellizzari in the CKR kart. Of course, Alessandro winning a heat in the rain yesterday. Behind him, the German Leon Kohler. So the laps are winding down. Jeremy's going to have to make a move real soon. Otherwise, it's going to be a silver medal this afternoon. Lammers, almost 0.6 of a second. Iglesias in second spot. We should also point out that with Pex in third, it's Dutchman running 1 and 3. We checked the gap for you this time round. You can see it's around about 10 or 15 metres. Accelerates up the start-finish straight. Iglesias, he's not getting onto the straight well. Neither is Ardigo. Back in 5th spot. Alex Irlando, there's Hayek. Camponeschi, a good drive from the Italian. Head of Corbetti. And Ben Henley from Manchester in England. The Croc Promotion team driver rounds out the 10. One of the 7 lakes in the background of this circuit. This is the lakeside straight they're coming up onto now. The gap, 6.5 of a second. I don't think he can do it. Lammers has been superb. He did win the pre-final this morning. His teammate Abbas trying to hunt down Stan Pex. That gap is 0.5 second. You can see as they come onto the straight. Ardigo struggling just somewhat. Alex Irlando, superb from the Italian. Former winner of the Rotax Max Grand Finals. He was in fact the first Italian ever to win that title in Portimao in Portugal. CPB Sport Team driver for 2017. Alex runs in position number 6, ahead of the 2012 world champion, Flavio Camponeschi. The gap now 0.7 of a second between Lammers and Iglesias. He took a superb win at the Winter Cup 3 weeks ago. Qualified fastest for the Champions Cup in Adria. He will be a super threat in the European Championships this year. He's in 2nd spot. However, he's got a problem. He may be a Frenchman, but the French manufacturer, they have come out firing in 2017. Here's another one of their karts. Alex Irlando that we just spoke about, number 36 going through in 6th spot behind his countryman, Marco Ardigo. The gap is 0.9. He's not going to do it. This has been a brilliant performance. Abbas is closing on Pex for 3rd spot. He may run out of time, or can he put 2 Soddy karts up on the podium? Bas Lammers, the Dutchman, has only got 3 corners remaining to win the 2nd round of the Supermaster Series. Abbas is too far back to catch Pex. The final few corners, the checkered flag comes out. The Soddy kart driver, Bas Lammers, has dominated and won here at Castelletto. What a performance, what a drive, what a win by Bas Lammers and Team Soddy Kart to win here the 2nd round of the Supermaster Series. Jeremy Iglesias, a brilliant performance across the line in 2nd spot, and Stan the Man Pex makes a 2 Dutchman on the podium. The CRG driver coming home in position number 3. What a race that was. Just sensational here at Castelletto. Take a look at the highlights and all Soddy Kart front row of the grid. Lammers from the outside of the front row, remember. Iglesias, he's beat dynamite off the starts. Put that Formula K kart up into 3rd. Ardigo was back to 4th. Hayek and Pex, they went side by side, the teammates. Iglesias took advantage of that, as did Ardigo. Remember, Taconto was still in it at this point. Lammers was back to 4th at this early stage of the race. Who would have thought then he would go on to win? Ardigo side by side over the back of Abbas. That cost the Italian any chance of victory. Again, the Soddy kart side by side. That was when the reigning world champion exited the race. Paolo Di Conto was a retirement Lammers waited about 3 or 4 laps, then forced his way past the Frenchman, and from there he went on to win by 9/10 of a second. Bas Lammers has won the second round of the Supermaster Series here at Castelletto di Branduzzo. Jeremy Iglesias, the Formula K, is second, and the CRG of Stan the Man Pex makes it 2 Dutchmen on the podium. Abbas, good points for the Frenchman, the fastest qualifier. He will be disappointed to miss the podium. He'll be disappointed not to win, but there are still 2 rounds of the series remaining. Ardigo was 5th from Alex Irlando, Camponeschi, Hayek, Henley, and Luca Corberi rounded out the 10. What a race that was. We'll get the reaction from the drivers in just a few moments. Stay with us on WSK.IT, the podium presentation for a sensational KZ2 final in just a few moments. What a sensational race that was. The KZ2 final here at Castelletto di Branduzzo. In third place, Stan the Man Pex. Welcome to the second step of the podium. The French driver, another brilliant performance. Let's hear it for Jeremy Iglesias. A brilliant 100% drive, the World Cup champion for Team Kart from Holland, the winner, Bas Lemmers. The girls too present the third place trophy to the Dutch driver, Stan Pex. Second place to the Frenchman for Formula K, Jeremy Iglesias. And the winner here in Castelletto from Holland, representing Team Kart, Bas Lemmers. The girls to present the magnificent Avio Milano timepieces. Third place Stan, second place Jeremy, and to the winner, of course, Bas Lemmers. As we stand by for the national anthem of the Netherlands. Ladies and gentlemen, the podium for KZ2 in quickly for a word with Stan Pex. Stan, winner of the Champions Cup in Adria, third on the podium today, 2017. Not a bad start.
No, well, we started the season very well. This race was quite good. We started on P7, came back to third. We are all really close, but third position is really good.
Congratulations, Stan, the Man Pex, Jeremy Iglesias. A brilliant drive, absolutely 100% the entire race. Great moves early on, but just not enough to catch Bas today.
Yeah, I did a good start. I take a lead after 4 laps. Then I tried to push all my best, and Bas was stronger, so we finished second, but I'm really happy because our material is really performant, and I think we will be back stronger.
Thank you, Jeremy. It was great watching you today. And Bas Lemmers, very emotional on the top of the podium. Kart 2017. Is this going to be your year?
Well, it has been very good so far. I'm very happy because the hard work pays off, and I would like to thank everyone that believed in me in my capacity. I would like to thank my team, Kart, all the people around the team, the factory, TM Racing Engines for the fantastic engines, and it feels amazing to be on P1. And it was a hard race because at the beginning it was not so good, but the structure was better and the engine was better, and I was able to follow the guy, the leader, and I'm happy to be here with them together. So big thank you to everyone. Thank you.
Congratulations, Bas, and of course, Holland 1 and 3, and Jeremy, the Frenchman, in second place. 2 finals done to remain here at Castelletto, the junior final in just a moment.